Kami, Mr. President, hindi mo po kami mapatay sa sama ng loob dahil hindi na po masama ang loob namin dahil tanggap na namin na kami ang minority. Ang Senado po, hindi po ito noon-time TV show na puro gimmick ang ating titikap dito. Kami po ay nag-raise dito ng legitimate issues which requires legitimate attention.
When I said mamatay sila na sama ng loob, we were addressing the trolls. And parang sinisita mo yung Senate President, which is very unparliamentary. Senator De La Rosa is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, since nabanggit mo na lang rin na yung pagpangalaga sa lahat ng miyembro ng Senado ay isang tungkulin ng Senate President. I just would like to bring to the attention of the Senate President. I came across with the news. Now, when the Senate President was asked by a certain Christian Esguerra regarding the minority taking up the question about the custody of Bryce Hernandez. Ito po ang sagot ng ating Senate President, which I find it very, very, very sad because being the Senate President, we hope that you are going to take care of not only the majority, because you are not the majority leader, you are the Senate President, and we hope that the majority and the minority will be taken care of by the leadership of the Senate. And if I quote your answer, Mr. President, gimmick yan ng minority. Hindi ba nila naiisip na baka si Martin Romualdez ang tuta ko? Makabintang sila porque pinagbigyan ko yung TRICOM, tuta na ako. May ginawa ba akong illegal? Yung request ng House of Representatives, illegal? Hindi. Ang gusto ninyo, awayin ko yung House of Representatives on day one. Mamatay sila sa sama ng loob. So, malungkot lang ko ito, dalawang punto, Mr. President. Unang-una, yung mamatay sila sa sama ng loob. Kami, Mr. President, hindi mo po kami mapatay sa sama ng loob dahil hindi na po masama ang loob namin dahil tanggap na namin na kami ang minority. Ang kinasama lang ng loob namin is bakit kailangan pang patayin kami sa sama ng loob? Hindi na po masama ang loob namin. Tanggap na namin na kami minority. At pangalawang punto, Mr. President, gimmick lang ng minority yan. Ang Senado po, hindi po ito noon-time TV show na puro gimmick ang ating titikap dito. Kami po ay nag-raise dito ng legitimate issues which requires legitimate attention. So, Mr. President, ako po ay nalulungkot, which brings me to my parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President, na yung si Bryce Hernandez, yung kanyang custody was transferred, physical custody, I'm talking about physical custody, was transferred from the Pasay City Police Station to the Senate Sergeant at Arms room. Through yung from correction, from Camp Crame to Pasay, it was done through plenary action. Now, lately we heard that he was again transferred from Pasay to the Senate without plenary action. This is my parliamentary inquiry. Kung is a parliamentary action can be subverted by an action which is not a parliamentary action? Yun lang tanong ko. Matter of procedure lang, Mr. President. Dahil kung ganun, kailangan klaruhin natin yung ating rules. Thank you, Mr. President.
Before I recognize the majority leader to place on record the recommitment of Mr. Hernandez, when I said mamatay sila na sama ng loob, we were addressing the trolls because it was the trolls who were saying something to that effect. Na misunderstood nila completely. No? I'm not supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to answer you here in the rostrum, but I cannot help but do that because you took the floor and parang sinisita mo yung Senate President, which is very unparliamentary. But nevertheless, I will answer you. Like for example, yung sinasabi nila na sumunod daw ako kay Martin Romualdez. Just because I mentioned that Martin Romualdez called me does not mean that ako'y sumunod sa kanya. The request was coming from the House of Representatives, and the request was to retain Hernandez in the Congress. At doon ako hindi pumayag. Is that being tuta? So you cannot help but also think na sasama ang loob ko pag binibintangan ako ng salita. Hindi po ba? So ayun, anyway, mabuti na yung masagot natin yan. At sinasabi ko sa kanila, yung mga trolls, yung mga sinasagot namin. Ngayon, to answer the issue of Mr. Hernandez, the majority leader may read the recommendation or the recommitment of Mr. Hernandez to the Senate custody.
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. President, with the permission of the body, we made a study on the action that transpired the last 2 days on the recommitment of Bryce Hernandez dito po sa atin sa Senado. To put on record, this is how it transpired. Last week, it was requested by of course, the House of Representatives that we detain him in the House of Representatives. Hindi po kayo pumayag. Ang sabi nyo, kung ganun po ang gusto ni Hernandez kasi ayaw niyo pong bumalik dito, ang sinabi mo, hindi pwede. Dapat neutral and safe area doon po sa PNP Custodial Center. So nagkaroon po tayo ng debate dito dahil it was our distinguished colleague Senator Marcoleta who raised the issue that why was he put in the PNP Custodial area and not to the Senate detention facility, which was seconded by many of the members of the minority. A debate ensued. After the debate, I asked for a minute suspension and we all suggested na sa Pasay City Jail na lang po dahil malapit po sa Senado. Pero let's not forget the fact that originally, the position of the minority was to bring him back to the Pasay City detention. It was only I who made the recommendation during the break that we keep it in Pasay City Jail because I approached the minority and you all agreed to my recommendation. And then after we started the session once more, the motion was done by the minority, graciously done by the minority to move him instead to the Pasay City Jail. But upon consultation of the chairperson of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Senator Lacson, the Senate President granted the request as the chairperson of the Blue Ribbon Committee requested that he be brought back to the Senate, which was really, yun talaga ang posisyon ng gusto ng ating minority at the time, para wala ng gulo, pumayag po kayo na dito na lang sa Senado at may request na rin po, for the record, may sulat po si Bryce Hernandez, ang mga abogado niya, na ibalik siya dito at yan po ay confirmed sa kanilang hearing this morning for his writ of amparo before the Pasay City Regional Trial Court. Sinabi po ay doon na lang po ako sa Senado ilagay. So the Senate President acted on the request na gusto ibalik na lang po dito. Tayo naman po ang may kustodiya niya sa kanya. At as a matter of fact, while watching the press con of our distinguished colleague, Senator Marcoleta, nung tinanong sa kanya, sinagot po ni Senator Marcoleta ay tama naman po yan. Dapat talaga dito siya sa Senado kasi tayo po ang may kustodiya. Sinabi po ng ating mahal na senador yun. So we also pursuant to Article 6, Section 6 of the Rules of the Blue Ribbon Committee, which states, a witness cited in contempt may be ordered to be detained in such a place, be designated by the committee or concurrence of the Senate President by either detention order or commitment order. And under that commitment order, wherein the witness cited contempt refuses to produce documents required of him and her or to be sworn or to testify or maliciously evades or misleads the committee or otherwise purge himself or herself of that contempt may be ordered to be committed to any jail or prison facility upon recommendation of the committee through the chairman or the concurrence of the Senate President. So in this case po, the chairman had requested that he be brought back to the Senate for detention. It's not a violation of any rule, Mr. Chairman. Mr. President, thank you.
President.
Yes, the minority leader is recognized.
Sir President, allow me some, gandang hapon po, and allow me to clarify some, for our own peace of heart and mind, and marami kasing nakikinig din na lawyers, legislators, para lang klaro yung records, no? There are a few things I rely on. I rely on rules. The Bible is full of rules, and I believe kung ano itanim, yan ang anihin. The Senate, may rules yan. So, minority, majority, sigurado tayong masusunod yung rule. And of course, sometimes we misquote each other or we have misunderstanding, but we find a way na mag-usap-usap. Minsan umiinit ang ulo. I thank Senator Bato for bringing it up. I thank the Senate President for clarifying that he was referring to those commenting outside, because wala na po ni isa sa minority ang nagsabing tuta. I think that was comments outside the Senate. And it is fair game for whoever is alluded to. Both ways po, di ba? Pagka may sinabi tungkol sa minority, pero hindi naman kayo nagsabi, or hindi dito sa floor or sa media sinabi ng ibang kakampi or supporter, fair game yan. Part ng another rule is the Constitution. So first, let me clarify yung pagiging unparliamentary. You cannot argue with the presiding officer. That is what, thank you very much. That is what is unparliamentary. You cannot argue with the presiding officer. Klaro yon, we all agree on that. But you can ask a question sa Senate President. Then the Senate President has an option to answer it himself or to pass it to the majority leader or whoever is in charge. But in this case, last week, because it was a decision by Senator Soto, our Senate President, hindi lang ng majority, our Senate President, you chose to answer it from there, which is your privilege. So we didn't mean to argue with you. But the procedure would be to either ask someone else to explain it or for the Senate President to go down at dito po mag-argue so that we do not argue with the Senate President. So if there was any form of disrespect, Mr. Senate President, we did not mean that. Pasensya na rin po kayo. But in the same manner, we have to argue our point of view and rules. Kasi dito, ang daming congressman na nabanggit and wala tayong sinasanto dito. So kung may senador nababanggit, so be it. We have to get to the bottom of all of this. We need a national reset. Dapat lumabas lahat ng katotohanan. Nung sinabi kong we all have to repent, totoo yun. We are all sinners, but that doesn't mean na yung most guilty, yung mga guilty, lahat ng involved dito ay hindi dapat ma-expose at dapat parusahan. Ang problema nga, may gumugulo. At kung ikaw ang mastermind, guguluhin mo to. So ang problema namin, Mr. President, is that, and I think the Senator Marcoleta, the former chairman, will bring it up, no? Wala pa tayo dun sa state witness, Nandun pa lang tayo sa protection of the witness, sa mga diskayas. Pero lumipat po tayo dito sa Assistant DE. Nagulat po kami kasi nga, hindi binalik sa Senado when he was still chairman. And Majority Leader, just to be concise, I'll read the rule. Sabi dito sa rule sa page 6 of 7, section 6, subparagraph C, a witness cited in contempt may be ordered detained in such a place that may be designated by the committee alone. May word po na alone. Or with the concurrence of the Senate President. And in our discussion, the new chairman admitted that he was not consulted. It was the Senate President. But I myself, I said, siguro pag nasa ganun sitwasyon, kailangan umakto kagad. I mean, the record, hindi naman ako nakonsulta. So ang problema namin sa minority is not really where he is detained. Ang problema namin, can we rely on the rules? Because ang tamang procedure doon, kung hindi natin pinagbotohan to sa floor, is that either the chairman decides and we all give our concurrence sa chairman, or he informs us, may letter, anong tingin nyo? Then of course, masusunod naman yung majority, minority naman kami. Pero hindi na naman ganun nangyari. Tapos maririnig namin, mababasa na lang namin sa dyaryo or sa internet or maririnig namin ngayon sa majority leader na yun ang naging desisyon. Hindi pwedeng magdesisyon ang plenary tapos mababaliktad na lang ito. So the issue is not just Bryce. The issue is also the rules of the Senate. Ganun din po I don't know who wants to answer this. Ano ba ang rule natin pagdating sa CCTV? So, I put this on record. I will put it on record. Hanga ako kay Senator Lacson mag-imbestiga. And I support him to go all the way. But hindi ba kung meron tayong sinususpecha dito, you make a request for the CCTV. And then, you have a conclusion. Kasi kung hindi, lahat na lang tayo titingin sa CCTV. Tapos sasabihin natin dito, may nakita akong ganito, pumunta sa media. May nakita ko, pumunta sa ganito. Di ba? So, yes, the government is under attack and that's legitimate. The Gen Zs are rising up. That's legitimate. They should. But we should not attack ourselves. Kung meron guilty sa atin dito, i-expose natin. Tapos sa Ethics Committee. Huwag natin pigilan ng witness. Kung gusto ituro ni Bryce, kung siyam kami sa minor, ituro niya. Pero sundin natin yung rules, no? So before I let go of the floor, I think Senator Marcoleta on the same topic wants to say some things. But whether he will say it or not, Mr. President, no? I don't know the pleasure of the body sa plenary. At mas marami naman kayo eh. So kung gusto nyo dito sa Senate, okay. And I think Senator Estrada also found out that both in the PNP custodial and in the Pasay City, walang taga-usaha. Tama ba yun? Sa custodial, hindi totoo na it was under the custody of USAA kasi walang taga-USAA ang nandun. So we do not know what transpired during that time. Kasi pagka under contempt, hindi punishment yun eh. Binibigyan mo ng oras yung witness pag isip-isipan kung magsasabi ng totoo hindi. But if we allow people to come in and talk to him, hindi mo na alam kung sino nag-guide sa witness na yon. Ang pwede lang yung abogado niya, maybe his family, di ba? So I think this is legitimate without pointing fingers to anyone. I don't know what the Discayas will say. I don't know what Bryce Hernandez will say. Let them say everything they want to say. As Senator Ping naman said, may resibo. Pero katulad kay Joel Villanueva, peke yung resibo, ghost yung resibo eh. Hindi pala screenshot yun eh. Pinicturan pala ang cellphone. Ang screenshot, cellphone, sinave mo yung screen. Eto, cellphone, kinunan. O sabihin mo na, sige, let's not on technicalities. Tapos tignan mo yung laman. Yung laman, member daw siya ng CA, hindi siya member ng CA doon. At tapos na. Kay Senator Jinggoy, naka-Amerikana. Minsan lang nga lang mag-Amerikana yung tao eh. Nung birthday niya. Pero ang picture sinabi, birthday niya, hindi naman. So yes, may resibo. Pero may peking resibo eh. But we will address that at the right forum, Mr. President. But again, we have to follow the rules. Sabi ng Supreme Court sa case ni Vice President Sara, sa tamang paraan, sa tamang panahon. Senator Marcoleta, will you... Same issue. Same issue ba? On. Yeah, same issue. So that isang sagutan na lang, maybe I can...
Mr. President,
Majority Leader.
yes, we'd like to recognize Senator Marcoleta, please, Mr. President.
Senator Marcoleta is recognized.
Mr. President, I rise on a question of privilege. There are recent unsettling statements.
Yeah, Mr. President, just to, before, my apologies to Senator Marcoleta, because Senator Erwin has been quietly, diligently waiting for his turn to give his privileged speech.
Well, if Senator
If Senator Erwin is willing to give way, we have no problem, Mr. President.
All right, go ahead. You may proceed.
And besides, Mr. Majority Leader, I'm rising on a question of privilege, which is the higher and preferred way of speaking before this body. Mr. President, I am armed by the explanation of the minority leader that we're not questioning the prerogative of the presiding officer, but we can question the Senate President on issues that are quite legitimate, such as the matters I would like to raise today. Unsettling because, Mr. President, on September 9, in your interview with ANC Head Start with Ms. Karen Davila about the Blue Ribbon chairman being a lawyer, your answer is, there is no such thing as a rule na dapat abogado yun. Abogado ka nga, di ka naman magaling mag-imbestiga, di ba? So useless. Mr. President, I'd like to put on record, there was no inclination from this representation na meron man lang kaming sinabi na ang chairman ay dapat, chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee ay dapat abogado. Wala po kaming kahit na shadow ng inclination. Any reference to that matter, wala po kaming sinasabi. Ngayon po, yung sinasabing abogado ka nga, di ka naman magaling mag-imbestiga, hindi ko po alam kung sino po yung tinutukoy ninyo sapagkat narinig din po kayo sa inyong mga interviews. Sinabi niyo po, Mr. President, na maraming dissatisfied sa direction na tinahak po ng aking investigasyon nung ako pa po ay chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Hindi ko po alam kung sino po yung dissatisfied sa mga members natin. Wala naman pong perfecto, Mr. President, pero sa akin pong pananaw ay ginawa ko po yung aking makakaya. Kung meron man po akong pagkukulang, ay humihingi po ako ng tawad sa aking mga kasamahan sa Blue Ribbon Committee. Ngunit hindi ko po sinadya na ilihis sa direksyon ng tamang pag-iimbestiga ang ating Blue Ribbon Committee. Noong September 10 po, 2025, ang programa pong Sa Totoo Lang sa 1PH, nandun po yata si Job Francisco, Chicky Berhel, Cheryl Cosim. Ang sabi po ninyo, with reference to the affidavit of the Discayas, may suspetsa kami na inedit yung affidavit. Mr. President, ito po ay indirect affront to the integrity of this representation. Yung lamang pong pagsuspetsahan nyo na inedit yung affidavit, paano kayo nagsuspetsa? Ano po ang ginamit ninyong batayan at pagsususpetsahan ninyo na maring inedit yung affidavit? Ako po bilang chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee, nagpakaingat-ingat po ako nung sila po ay sa pamamagitan ng kanilang mga taga-lapit, ay minabuti ko pong hingin sa kanila. Sumulat sila sa akin para malaman ko kung talagang meron silang kagustuhang magpahayag ng kanilang saloobin tungkol sa dinidinig natin sa Blue Ribbon. At gusto kong masatisfy ang sarili ko, Mr. President, kung totoo nga at kung bakit nila gagawin. So nakareceive po ako ng sulat sa kanila, handwritten. At nung malaman ko po na talagang galing sa kanila ang pagpapahayag na voluntaryo, sinabi ko, sige, gawin ninyo. At kinakailangan, bago nyo ibigay sa akin, notaryado na yon. At yun pong affidavit na yon, o subscribe sworn statement, Mr. President, ay naibigay sa akin, araw na po, maggagabi na po ng araw ng linggo, in a sealed envelope. At kung sinasabi po ninyo na ang SOP ay dapat na ibigay sa mga miyembro ng ating Blue Ribbon, wala na pong pagkakataon sapagkat sa umaga po alas 9 ay magsisimula na po ang Blue Ribbon Committee. Noong September 14 po sa Twitter ninyo, meron po kayong binanggit at ito po ang nakasulat. Very devious. Wala pang hearing ang Blue Ribbon ni Ping Lacson. Gusto ng ilang magpalitan agad. What are they so afraid of? Bakit minamadali WPP agad ito? Ano bang nangyari? Malalaman natin sa Blue Ribbon kay Senator Lacson, meron siyang investigasyon ginagawa tungkol dyan. Ano po ba yung pinanggalingan ng mga salitang yun, Mr. President? Sino po yung natatakot? Sino po yung nagmamadali? Kung ang inyo pong tinutukoy ay yung aking sulat para i-rekomenda na mag-apply sa Witness Protection Program ang mag-asawang Diskaya, yun po inaayon sa batas, Mr. President. Ito po ay inaayon sa Section 4, Republic Act 6981. Ito po yung Witness Protection Act. Ang sinasabi po doon, in case of legislative investigations in aid of legislation, a witness with his express consent may be admitted into the program upon the recommendation of the Legislative Committee where his testimony is needed when in its judgment there is pressing necessity therefore, provided that such recommendation is approved by the President of the Senate. Ang committee po ay nagpasya, Mr. President, kasi hiniling po nung Diskaya sa kanilang sworn statement na meron tangka sa kanilang buhay, sa kanilang seguridad, ang kanilang pamilya at kanilang mga anak. Kung kami po ay nagmamadali, yun po kasi ang sinasabi ng batas. Para makapag-apply po siya na sa Witness Protection Program, ang chairman po ng committee sa pagsang-ayon ng kanyang mga miyembro, kailangan po kami gumawa ng sulat sa Secretary of Justice. Ayun nga po, ipinrepair namin kaagad. Hindi nga lamang po napirmahan ng pumalit na Senate President sapagkat nagpaliwanag siya, nalaman pala niya na meron palang press con ang ating Department of Justice Secretary na doon sinabi niya, hindi raw siya magbibigay ng witness protection sapagkat kinakailangan munang ibalik ng mga Diskaya anumang pera ang kanilang nakuha sapagkat hindi kanila yon. Sa makatid, ang policy daw ng Department of Justice ay ibalik muna yung pera bago aksyonan ang kanyang aplikasyon sa Witness Protection Program. Mr. President, ako po'y nalulungkot maski sa aking press con kanina ay sinabi ko kung bakit ganun ang sinabi ng Secretary of Justice. Wala po sa tuntunin yun eh. Kung babasahin lamang po niya ang Section 3 at Section 10 ng Republic Act 6981, wala pong binabanggit doon na restitution, yung pagsusoli. Nag-uumpisa lang po sa pagsusuri, sa pag-iimbestiga ang komite. Meron na po bang halaga na dapat isoli? Na-determine na po ba yun? Meron na po bang ruling na kung ano kung sino at gaano ang isosoli ng kung sino man ang may kasalanan? Meron na po bang ganun? Wala po eh. Prospective lang pong mag-a-apply eh. Nasa sections 3 and 10 ang mga requisites kung ano-ano po yun. Mga 10 requisites po yun. Yung restitution, wala po ron eh. Kaya po ako'y nalulungkot kung bakit po binanggit yun ng Secretary of Justice. Samantalang noong pong linggo, bago magkaroon ng hearing noong September 8, nagkausap pa kami at binigyan pa niya ako ng kasiguruhan na sige, ibigay mo na sa kanila ang pangangako na mabibigyan natin sila ng immunity sapagkat tayo naman ay magka-partner sa kagustuhan natin, pati yung Witness Protection Program ay ating maipasakagad. So yung pagbibigay po niya sa akin ng garantiya, kasama na po yung kanyang USEC. Yan ang nagbigay sa akin ng lakas na loob. Kaya ako'y sumulat kagad. Hindi ko alam na babaligtarin ako ng Department of Justice. Ngayon po, Mr. President, yun po ang ginamit ninyong dahilan kung bakit hindi nyo pinirmahan. Sana man lang po ay napakarami naman ninyong mga abogado sa inyong opisina rin. Binasa nyo sana yung batas. Kung yung restitution po ay isa sa requisite para ang isang tao ay makapag-apply man lang. Yun po kasi yung prinsipyo ng batas eh. Bago siya gumawa ng isang marahas na kapasyahan, alam niyang mag-aalanganin ang buhay niya. Magsasabi siya nung inaakala niyang maaring makapaglagay sa panganib ng kanyang buhay, kailangan nga bigyan natin din siya ng protection. Yun po yung batas eh. Hindi ko nga po alam kung bakit sasabihin ninyo, bakit may pagmamadali? Dito pa nga po sa sinabi ninyo noong September 13, Mr. President. Ang reading ko, sabi po nyo, camouflage lang yun eh. To put me and the leadership of the Senate under the gun. Kunwari, merong naiinis sila. Kung bakit ko pinirmahan, kung bakit hindi ko pinirmang sulat sa DOJ, baka may commitment sila to someone, to some people. Is there a commitment somewhere? Baka merong nakiusap na pwede silang ipasok sa Witness Protection Program. Lahat po ng ganitong mga pagsususpetsa is a direct affront to the integrity of this representation, Mr. President. As a member of the Senate, bakit po kinakailangan magkaroon tayo ng ganitong pahayag sa publiko na walang basihan ni katitingman? Ito po yung nakakalungkot. Noong September 10, sa bilyonaryo interview with Ms. Corina Sanchez, ang tanong po ni Ms. Corina, Bryce Hernandez natatakot daw po siyang bumalik sa Senado. May basihan po ba ang kanyang pangamba? Yun po yung tanong niya sa ating Senate President. Ang sagot po ng ating Senate President, sabi niya sa House, makatwid parang kinonfirm niya. Ang nangyari, yung mga congressmen nag-request na kung pwede daw huwag ibalik sa Senate dahil meron daw siyang binabanggit na mga senador. So ang ginawa naman ng mga congressmen, nakiusap kay Speaker, si Speaker tinanong sa akin, dahil ang sinasabi raw kung pwede mo nang i-retain. Sabi ko, hindi pwede dahil sa legal custody namin yan eh. Dahil merong contempt dyan sa Senado. Nakikiusap sila kung pwede na wag sa Senate mismo, hindi naman i-retain sa House. Ang umandar sa akin, siyempre, yung tinatawag na parliamentary courtesy. Kasi meron silang nakakontempt doon, yung si Mendoza, gusto rin naman namin kunin yun. Alam ko later, iimbitahan namin yun. So ang nangyayari po, Mr. President, kaya ba dinidiscredit, kaya ba pinagsususpetsahan yung Diskaya, sworn affidavit, sapagkat may binanggit siyang 17 congressmen? Yun po ba ang dahilan? Bakit naman po nung yung Hernandez ay nag-testify sa House, bakit kagyat nating pinakinggan naman ang kanyang katwiran? Dahil may binanggit naman siya, di umano, na may kasalanan na dalawang kasama natin dito. At saka siya nagsabi na, huwag niyo na akong ibalik doon sapagkat manganganib ang buhay ko. Ang maliwanag po dito, pagka ang nagsasalita si Bryce Hernandez, parang merong kagad pagpapatibay. Parang pinaniwalaan na natin na maaaring manganganib ang buhay niya sapagkat meron siyang binanggit na dalawang kasama natin. Paano yung buhay ng Diskaya na inimbitahan nila doon? Na binigyan na, bigla na lang nating, wala man lang tayong aksyon. Samantalang 17 congressmen ang binanggit niya. Hindi nyo ba naisip, manganganib din ang buhay niya? Pero walang nagsalita dito sa atin. Yun po yung aking nakikita eh. Huwag po tayo mag-away-away. Ang ating pong hinahanap ay katotohanan lang. Pero kung ganito po ang gagawin natin, manggagaling po sa ating Senate President, magpapalipad po kayo ng salita na kami po ay wala namang kinalaman. Lalong-lalo na po ang representasyong ito. Kahit minsan wala po akong sinabihan na mas magaling po ako. Wala po akong sinabing gano'n. Ang sinabi ko lang, ang pagkakaiba po ng investigasyon ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee is in aid of legislation. Kung ang direksyon ko pong yun ay mali para sa inyo, nasa sa inyo na po yun. Pero yun po ang nalalaman ko. Sa 3 pagdinig lamang po, nasabi ko na po kanina sa press con, sa 3 pagdinig pa lamang po namin, nakita ko na po ang pangangailangan ng halos 14 na legislative measures na dapat natin kagad na ipasa para sa ganun, maayos natin, ma-address natin kagad ang malalang problema ng corruption sa ating bansa. Maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Marcoleta. Majority Leader?
Yes, Senator Kiko Pangilinan would like to be recognized, Mr. President.
An objection? Hearing none, Senator Kiko Pangilinan is recognized.
Thank